Hi, I'm Dr. Sunil Richardson. Today I'm going to try and answer some of the queries our subscribers have been asking us with relation to the cost of rhinoplasty. Now, the cost of rhinoplasty, like most of the surgeries, is not a particular figure. There is always a range. And this is because of the type of procedures that we're mainly doing. It also depends on which city you're getting it done. If it's a big corporate hospital or if it's a hospital dedicated only for facial plastic surgery, so on and so forth. Now, one of the main questions people want to know is how much a non-surgical rhinoplasty costs. I've had a few people ask me this. So non-surgical rhinoplasty at Richardsons, it costs around 25,000 rupees here. But the main issue with this is it's temporary. We are not able to give excellent results for all types of noses. Only when the nose is not really prominent, we can inject and give the better dorsal. So it's this area that you can do a nice contouring with non-surgical rhinoplasty. Who are the people who need this? People who don't have much time and who don't mind spending repeatedly. The other option, the open surgical rhinoplasty or the closed surgical rhinoplasty, has various variants. Sometimes when the patient has wide alar base, these spaces, we're able to tuck this thing inside the surgery without having the patient to go under general anesthesia. In those cases, we could do it for even as little as 40,000 rupees. But when it becomes general anesthesia, that is, the patient has to be sleeping, then you're looking at 75,000. After that, for some of the patients, we might need to harvest rib, or we might need to do augmentation, or we might need to increase the shape significantly. We might have to do nasal osteotomies to narrow the bridge of the nose here. So those usually take more time in the OR, and because it takes more time in the OR, it tends to cost that much more. So you're looking at extra 15 to 20,000 rupees more when you have to do these kind of procedures. The next variant in cost is also about the stay. Now, a lot of patients who travel from other cities, I want them to stay here for a full week because then you not need to come back. So when you stay here for longer, then obviously your cost is going to be a little bit more than if you stay for, let's say, 2 or 3 days. So if you stay here for 7 days in a nice room with all the medicines and everything, you're looking at some 20,000 rupees, roughly, maybe 25,000 rupees. But if you just stay here for a couple of days, you're looking at less than 10,000. So there is a big difference depending on the amount or the length of stay that you would need to stay at the hospital. So this is another factor that depends on your costing. Now, I do work once in a while out of Bangalore and quite often out of Muscat on a regular basis. Costings are different there. In Muscat, it costs about 900 to 1,000 Omani Riyals, which is about $3,500 now. So that's the minimum costing in Muscat. The reason is because it's a big city. We have a high-end hospital where I work out of, and I think it's very reasonable for that city, for that setup, even though the surgeon is the same. Now, coming to Bangalore, it's in between. You probably get it for 1,20,000 or 1,00,000 rupees. So I'm giving these figures out because we get lots of questions repeatedly on all formats just about the costing. So see, the costing, people wonder why is it not one fixed range. I've kind of given you the range now, so you know beforehand what you're looking at. And it also depends if you're doing rhinoplasty as a part of another procedure. There was this girl who was asking me yesterday, Doctor, how is it that when you're able to do a jaw surgery and rhinoplasty, like a whole face over, then the cost of rhinoplasty is less? Yes, when you combine many procedures, the cost comes down because we don't have to give extra medicines, the anesthesia is same, just the time is a little bit long, and so with me. So yes, when you do, let's say, just a jaw surgery, a genioplasty or something, if that's X amount and the rhinoplasty is Y, it's not X plus Y usually. You get a discount because we're doing the two procedures at the same time. So that's another reason, another factor that will vary the costing for rhinoplasty. I hope I've been clear. I want to make it as simple for the viewers to understand, because costing is an important factor along with the time that you need to get a particular treatment or a procedure done. Thank you.